Alright, we are up and going. I made it. What's going on, everybody, on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another live stream for you guys from Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur, of course. We just made it. You're going to have to excuse my hair, just my overall appearance for today. Obviously, like I said, I'm definitely going to be in a rush when I come home from work in the mornings. Last night wasn't too bad. Let me know if it's too loud. I'll shut the window. I got a feeling it's going to be way too loud. Everybody's like mowing their yard. They think because it's 80 degrees, it's not going to be cool anytime soon, even though it's supposed to snow this weekend. But yeah, definitely just let me know if it's a little loud, and I'll close the window and just turn my fan on. I got a feeling I better just do it. But yeah, we're off and going. Literally made it right at the bell. So what I'm looking out for right now, I want to see TVIX break above the one-day SMA. I want to see it get above roughly around 982 is where I'm thinking about for an entry point. It's pushing. I need to get in. I need to get signed into Robinhood first and foremost. Like I said, I'm definitely running behind. It's gonna be crazy. Had to get my coffees and everything. I got an espresso shot made. I have a little espresso maker, and I also have a little Keurig. So I went ahead and made me 2 of them. Okay. So now we have that all set up. Alright. Okay, so got rejected right at the SMA. So it's going to be something to be on the lookout for. I'm looking out for what's going to happen with Drip and Gush with /CL. Apparently there's a little bit of news. Press release on quantum energies. Okay. Showing signs of overbought. Got rejected. The RSI kind of rejected it too. Like I said, I want to see a break above that SMA and then possibly wait for it to bounce. Today's just one of those days I don't really know what, none of us really know, obviously, but don't really know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting to see. How's it going there, Josh? Man, what the hell? Good morning, good morning. Wow, apparently GSET. I'm just going to shut this window, guys. I bet that's going to be really annoying. Idiots. $70–80 degrees for 2 days, and they think it's actually going to stay warm. They should know better in this area. It's supposed to be snowing by like 48 hours from now. So I want to see GSAT bounce off of this SMA, showing signs of oversold. Yeah, I want to see a bounce. I want to see a nice little bounce. Watch it continue. Let's look at the 5-day. 5-day shows it still has room for possible continue drop. TVIX is just dropping big time. I'll be interesting to watch. Might set up for a possible good day trade, but I'm gonna watch it for sure. Right now, just a lot of watching, a lot of just sitting around waiting for something to happen. That tastes really bad. Ugh. That's better. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna need the caffeine. I only got about an hour or so of sleep before going into work, and I only got roughly about an hour total of sleep. Good thing is I got some good rest at work in the dark. Even though for a lot of it I was just sitting there with my eyes closed and just trying to go to sleep. At least it's rest. It's not like I was actually physically doing a bunch of work or anything. Drip is up 11 cents so far. Man, not a lot going on for me right now. Okay, so showing signs that it wants to bounce off of the 1 day on the SMA indicator. I want to see it probably get up to like at least 84 cents, probably 84.5, quote unquote 0.5, 84.5 cents essentially. Man, PTN. That might be a potential penny stock that I might want to look at today. So what I want to look for is, can it get, now it's above the SMA on the 1 day, can it continue up? What I want to see is some form of, obviously, form of that it's going to continue on up. It's showing a good upward pattern, but look, it's showing signs that it might get rejected at that SMA. I want to see it not only get above it, but have 1 or 2 positive candles above it, maybe even see a pullback where it bounces off of that SMA. Like I said, I mean, I just always look for the most confirmation that I can get possible. I'm looking at the 5 day. Yeah, 5 day as well. It's hanging right around that SMA on the 5 day. Oops. I want to see it at the minimum bounce off of this 5 day. I think the 1 day is what's acting more as a resistance right now. You're seeing a strong resistance lately, right around 144 to 145 with this stock. Drip is up 16 cents. Is Drip the move for the day? What do you guys think? Drip could be the move of the day, but I don't know. I don't got a good feeling about Drip lately. It has been down a lot lately, so I mean, it's due. Oil's due for, like I said, oil and Gush are due for a pretty big pullback. Just how much of one? We're already up 1%, almost 2% already. Is it just going to be one of those weekdays where it only goes up 3%? If so, we're already almost there. I might want to jump in. I want to wait for a pullback now at this point. What I want to see with Drip now, I want to see some form of a pullback, see if we're going to have a staircase pattern begin to form here. Because obviously RSI eventually is going to show signs of overbought. So what I'm looking for, like I said, I want to see a pullback. It's attempting to pull back. JNUG gap down. I saw that gold futures were down pretty hefty overnight. JNUG is currently down 60 cents. And looks like possibly dropping further. I haven't looked into that. I've seen that headline. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, Scott? How's it going, Adam? Adam, thanks for shouting me out on your WhatsApp group. Awesome, awesome. But yeah, kind of just hanging out right now. I'm really looking at Drip because I'm thinking, we were talking about this a little bit yesterday, especially in the evening. Stocks to watch for tomorrow's stream that I got on for about an hour with you guys. A few of you were there, but we're talking about Drip and Gush, the potential. I said that Gush and /CL are definitely overextended when you look at the 180. Every chart you look at, they're definitely they're like well overextended. Like there's so much room for it to pull back on the SMA. So I said that Drip had potential for a reversal today. Right now we're already up 2%. I'm wondering, is this thing even gonna stop? I'm wanting to wait for some kind of a pullback. So then we might see like a staircase pattern going up, obviously. But man, I mean, I don't want to wait too long. It's already up 2.8% and just climbing. I'm thinking once we get to where RSI is showing signs of overbought, we will have a pullback. Like I was mentioning yesterday, you never want to chase a stock, or ETF in this case, but you never want to chase. I'd rather just miss out on it and be like, damn, well, I know better for next time or something than to chase it and then it end up like, okay, it's tempting to pull back right now, but we'll see. But then chase it and then it go from 2.5–3% up to right back down to where it was, and potentially I've seen that too. Yeah, the futures were up a lot overnight, and then Trump had a few tweets this morning, early this morning, like 5–6 a.m. that were good for the industrials, surprisingly. Man, it's like the pullback happens for about half a minute, for about 30 seconds, and then it just keeps on powering forward. Look at that. That thing is running. Still has a lot of room. Looking for it to bounce around. Man, there's still a lot of potential for this to keep on dipping today. But obviously I said I do see oil getting to 67, so I'm wondering if this could just be a pullback this morning. Obviously there is still a lot of potential for could see a pretty decent sell-off. Already down 4% on Gush. Forward/CL is down about 0.5% or 0.6, something like that percent, 0.6%. Yeah, SPY is up over 0.5% as well. I mean, look at all this potential ground the drip could make up. I mean, it still has potential to go up another 14%. Do I see that happening today? Probably not. I mean, I am still a realist after all. But have we seen drip and Gush each go up 15-20% from time to time? Yes, even recently. So I would not be surprised at all if that did happen. Do I see it happening? No, but at this rate, I would not be surprised. I for sure wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I'd be a little surprised. But I would not be surprised if drip ends up pushing up like 10 or 12% at some point this morning. How it's looking, it's kind of consolidating right now, right around that 370. Or not 370, I'm looking at the amount that has gone up. Right around the 1070, 1075 mark. Might be seeing a pullback right now. Is this my pullback that I'm waiting for? This might be the pullback. Yes. So what am I waiting for right now? Obviously you see drip is experiencing a pullback right now as expected. Like I said, you don't ever want to chase. Obviously I could have got in right here whenever I was looking at it hard and rode it up for like 1-2%. But I wanted to see how high it would go. I wanted to see it experience a solid pullback, and I want to see it bounce and continue to trend up. So yeah, I want to see how low it can go. The lower the better, obviously. It can go, I don't want to see it really go no lower than 1060. I want to see it bounce. It looks like it's trying to bounce right now, actually, right around 1066. So yeah, I might consider getting in now. I'm going to at least head on over to it. Where's drip, 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 drip? There we go. Okay, so yeah, see, I want to have my confirmation that it's going to bounce. Obviously, the 1 minute, things can change very quickly. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to wait. I have it pulled up, ready to go. Just want to see it bounce for sure. Like, say it bounces right now. It got down to 1065. Say that I get another, like a second green candle that we're bouncing. That means I'll probably get in right around 1070 is what I'm thinking. It depends how much it bounces per minute, obviously. But I want to see at least 2 green candles on the bounce. As you can see, we just got a third red candle on the minute chart. So, yeah, just kind of playing a little weight game at this point. We're down to around 1063. I need to pay more attention to my level 2 as well. But we'll see what happens. How's everybody doing this morning? What are you all looking out for today? Are we looking at JNUG? Sounds like you might be looking out for JNUG. Anyone got any SPY calls? Damn. Let me see really quick. So, what I'm wondering, obviously this could still be a pullback for sure, but what I'm wondering is if now /CL is kind of getting its act together, but if so, obviously that would mean Gush would continue on up. Most people would probably go in, I wouldn't say most, but I know a lot of people will go ahead and get in right now, would get in Gush, just for the fact that it had this pretty decent sell-off, and now you see consistent green candles. Me personally, though, I would probably wait until around $27 at least, just because obviously there's been a solid resistance right around 27. It's trying to bounce off the 5-day SMA currently, so yeah, it's your call at the end of the day, but I'd rather just kind of sit around, and because I mean it still has room to continue to sell off, pull back at the minimum. I mean that's a pretty decent sell off. I mean it has potential to go down another 10-15%. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of relax for now and see what happens. But I got out of TVIX, jumped into drip. Yeah, that could have been a potential good move. When did you get in? We're definitely experiencing a pullback with drip at the minimum. Like I said, looks like we might have our first green candle. Depends on how the rest of this minute goes. But I want to see at least 2 green candles. Right now it's at 10:58. That means I probably want to see it around 10:62 and climbing before I'm going to hop in. But see what happens. Like I said, no rush. I mean, a little rush. To be honest with you guys, I probably want to be done around lunchtime, just because, like I said, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I'm up on about an hour and a half of sleep, 2 hours of sleep. So I'm probably going to need a few hours before my girlfriend gets home around 5 o'clock Central Time. So yeah, I definitely want to probably be logging off here around noon Central, 1 Eastern today. Hopefully my voice is not quiet. I feel like I'm talking quiet. Hopefully not. $10.74, not a good spot. That's not a big deal though. All it means is you chased. Come on, man. I mean, it's not a big deal though, because like I said, I'm looking for it. It's showing signs that it's just a pullback. You see we have our first green candle, it's looking like. I don't think the minute's over yet, but it was due. You can see the RSI was highly overbought. MACD was well overextended as well. So it was due for a pullback. Wow, all this stuff popping up. So I want to see it continue on up. Like I said, I'm looking for an entry point right around 1063, maybe even 1065. Just depends on how the candles go about. This could all of a sudden have a huge green candle and push up 1065. I'm hopping in at that point more than likely. But we'll just see how these next couple candles go and see what happens. What I'm really interested in is the fact that /VX, I mean, yeah, it's not around 20 anymore, but it's still above 19. I'm really surprised by that, especially with the fact that, I mean, TVIX, yeah, it's had a pretty bad morning, but there's still potential there for a possible day trade. I'm definitely keeping an eye on it still. See what happens here in the next few minutes with Drip and Gush. But yeah, don't worry about it. 1074, I mean, we just looked at it a couple minutes ago that the potential still is very, very high. We just went over the fact that Gush still has room for a potential to drop another 10%. And when we look at Drip, I don't think we need to be on the 20-day. I think it's 10-day. Yeah, the 10-day shows the Drip still has room for another, if I can get it, has room for another 10 to 15% growth. Like I said, do I see that happening today? Probably not, just because, like I said, I mean, /CL is still actively trending up. So today might be a pullback for oil overall, because I mean it's up what, 4 or 5% the last just like 2 days. So it's definitely due. Like I was mentioning this all day yesterday. I was like, /CL and Gush are due for pretty decent pullbacks. For /CL, I would assume somewhere around a 1 to 2% pullback. For Gush, that would mean roughly 8 to 12%, maybe even slightly more. I'm trying to be a little conservative on that estimate. But, so, I mean, yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see. It looks like Drip's kind of consolidating right now, right around 1055. One thing I'm interested in is my trend line's almost acting as a resistance for it. I mean, obviously, like, this is just a trend line that I drew, so in no shape or form is it going to be acting as a true resistance or anything. But you can see it consolidated around it for a while, dropped off. We're getting back up to it. Can we push through? I'm probably not going to wait that long to get into it because I'd be like around $11 still. But, yeah. Like I said, there's never no harm in just sitting on cash and just letting the markets play out and just kind of see what happens. Like, yes, I want to be done by around lunchtime. So, I mean, if worse comes to worse, if I don't make any trades today, boo-hoo, I can tomorrow. Tomorrow's only, what, Thursday? So, not a big deal. But how's everybody going? We're pretty quiet right now. Is everybody deep into their technical analysis, doing a little research? I'm not liking how this is starting to set up, but nothing to worry about yet. I'm not going to worry until it breaks below the 1 day on the SMA. I probably wouldn't even worry then because you can see it got below it and then it immediately bounced back above it. It would have to have a few candles trend below it before I would kind of just, one, steer away from it, and two, probably hop on over to Gush. I just got a strong feeling that that's not going to happen because, like I said, /CL is due for a pullback, which means Gush is due for a pretty decent pullback as well. So if my analysis, my prediction is correct, Drip should continue on up for at least 5% today. On the low end, 5%. But I mean, like I said, like I always say, I don't have a crystal ball. I could be wrong. Drip could continue down to make another new low of like $10. Obviously, hope not. Josh, in all honesty, if I were you, I'd probably set a stop loss right around like 10.15, where the low was the new low we made yesterday, just as a little buffer. I mean, yeah, 10.15 at 10.74 is going to cost you what, roughly, I don't know exactly, what would that be? At least 5%. But I mean, you could set it lower even if you want. I mean, I wouldn't set it no higher than probably 10.30, just because you can see we did get down there, and then what we do, we bounce right back up in less than a minute. So, and it seems like volume's trying to come back in. So I wouldn't really worry yet, but if we continue to trend down close to the SMA, say we get down to 10.40, if I were you, I'd probably consider doing a stop loss at that point, just because we might continue that downtrend pattern that we've seen this week with Drip. Or, I mean, you could hold it long term because obviously this thing will eventually go back up. It's just a matter of when. I don't know how many shares or how much of your portfolio this is taking up, but I always just try to take everything into account. AMD's up a little bit today. Not a lot, but about percent maybe? A little over a percent. Acres up 5 cents on the day. I still wouldn't even consider it until it's above 60 cents personally, but to each their own. Come on now. We're about where we were when the market opened. What's going on with everything else? Damn. Someone had SPY calls at 266. Good for them. PTN still kind of hanging around. Yeah, I mean, it's just still kind of hanging around that SMA. So, nothing really to look at there. Nothing really to look at there. Approaching the SMA on. Man, I'm so tired. So we were consolidating around, what, 10.55 for a couple minutes. Now we're kind of settling around 1045. Hopefully we can go ahead and bounce here. But yeah, like always, if you guys have any questions or want me to go over any stocks, I'm probably going to be pretty quick about them this morning just because I do have my funds available. So I am looking to make some trades this morning before I log off around lunch hour because I do need to get a few hours of rest. Looks like drip touched just below that. It almost looks like it's trying to do what it did first thing this morning. Okay. This might be a good positive sign here. Don't want to get our hopes up yet, obviously, but got below the SMA for a brief second, pop back up. So let's see if we can bounce here. If we can bounce here, that's going to be beautiful, and I might go ahead and hop in right around. I'll probably wait till around 10:49, 10:50, just for some solid confirmation. But yeah, I'm anxious to see what's going to happen here this next minute or two, or three, because it tends to move a little slow. Come on, baby, bounce. I don't want to mess with Gus today. Drip is what I really have my eyes set on, in all honesty, because I don't want to say I called it, but I did. I mean, you guys know I hinted at over and over that /CL would experience more than likely a pullback at some point. I mean, it was just so overextended on the SMA, on the 10-day, on the 20-day, on the 100. Almost every chart showed that it was due for some sort of a pullback. But yeah, I mean, it's just sit back and see what happens for now. I mean, Gush and Drip are the ones that I'm really actively looking at today. TVIX as well. TVIX, I just don't want to get burned on it. Obviously today, it could be due for one of those bad days. It's gone down slowly and slowly this week overall, but not big as we usually see TVIX swing. Usually TVIX swings like plus or not usually, but lately it had been swinging like by 8, 10, 20% per day. And this last few trading days, wow, we're down to 1038. These last few trading days, it's only been dropping a couple percent. So this could be the day that it just drops big time. But it's down 62 cents right now. So wow, the volume just disappeared on Drip the last minute or two. Gush is about to unch. Drip is about to unch. This is interesting shit. /CL hasn't, I mean, it's moved, but I mean, this is the one day. We'll see what's going to happen with /CL here. See if it's going to continue to trend up, or if it's going to get rejected by the one-day SMA, or if it might get rejected. If it goes up that high, Gush is going to be up on the day. Let's see if it can get rejected here. Let me look at the 5-day as well. Still got room to make up on the 5-day. You can see it got rejected once already this morning before market open. Man, this is interesting. Cause see, then you see the 10-day still has tons of room to pull back. I think about 1% still, over 2.5%. So Drip is now down. Are you in, Ron? Let me get to this really quick. 180-day. So it's actively trending up. I like that. It's slightly overextended on the SMA, but it looks like it already had its correction, pullback, sell-off, whatever you want to say. And it looks to be bouncing. It's got decent volume. It's got decent volume behind it. Doesn't seem to be trending above the EMA, which is slightly concerning, but not too big of a deal. The potential, obviously, of at least 21%, at the minimum, probably 15% if it gets back to the recent high. Let's see how it's moved the last 5 days. Sorry, I keep looking at drip and gush because I might want to hop in gush soon. But it's kind of flatlined the last couple days. Okay, so on the 20-day, you see here, it keeps getting rejected at this SMA on the 20-day. So I want to see a break above the SMA right here, right around 8. I want to see it get up to probably 872, 875, at least before I even consider getting in. And for extra comfort, I guess, more confirmation, I want to see it also have a pullback right around the SMA, like what I wanted to see with the drip this morning. Show you what I mean here in a second, but I want to see it get up, experience a pullback, bounce near or above the SMA, and continue up. So at that point, I'd probably consider investing in like right around, say, 885, somewhere around 880, 885, and then potentially ride it up for that 13 to 15% profit at that point. Because if it can confirm that's going to continue to trend back up, you might even make a new high. So definitely some potential there. It might not be it might be a swing trade even. I mean, it's up 2% on the day, so I mean, there's potential. If you were to get in like right now, say it gets up to that, you're still looking at another 2.5%. So yeah, it's up to you for sure, but that's just my 2 cents on that one. So now it drips up again. TVIX is down 66 cents and dropping. That espresso is nasty. Come on, let's do something one way or another. See, this is super rare where you see gush and drip both down at the same time. But look, they're literally so little down that it's like they're essentially unched right now. Like no movement at all. PTN is at 145. Let's see if that can break above like 147. Some potential there for possible quick day trade. Wow, look at AMD. AMD's up, what, 2 to 3%, or maybe even a little higher right now. It's back above $10 for the first, or not for the first time, but back above that $10 range where it keeps having trouble. Got up to 10.05 apparently at one point this morning. So Gush is now up 3 cents. I mean, even D-gas and U-gas haven't moved that much today. There's just not a lot of movement going on with these ETFs right now. PTN back down below 145. It's really just consolidated there right around 145 to 144, which is why I haven't even considered investing in it. Is it going to be one of these days? Dow Jones is up 300, SPY's up 2.66, Nasdaq's up 76. Lord. I just wish whatever's going to happen with these ETFs is going to happen. Obviously, JNUG and JDST. JNUG and JDST are our biggest movers from the ETF department so far. TECL and TECS are pretty big movers as well, but I've actually never traded those two. I just have them on my watch list just because they are inverse ETFs that I might consider in the future, but right now I haven't really messed with them at all. This is annoying. Like lately, all the action's been in the morning. The one morning that I need to get off of here, like by lunch hour, we're not having like nothing big going on. We saw some pretty decent movement right out of the gate, but now we're kind of just nothing. How that GSAT's doing? GSAT's down to 80 cents, so yeah, I mean, we're still looking for some sort of a bounce at some point. It's now down below the SMA when you're looking at the 1-day chart. What about the 5-day? Still has room to continue drop. I remember now. That's what we were talking about when we first looked at it earlier this morning. Still has room to drop. What, another probably percent or two? Another 3% drop in store possibly. Oh Lord. There's not a whole lot going on. Like I said, best trade you can make is no trade at all. I mean, if nothing's there, don't force a trade. What program is that? If we're talking about this is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I believe I put it in my title today. I don't think I have on the previous streams. Yeah, pretty much I use TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. It's a free platform. All you have to do is sign up with the TD Ameritrade account. You don't even have to fund it. Once you get to the point where it's asking you about your banking information, all you have to do is scroll down and it says save and continue later. And then at that point, you can get the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim app on your phone, because you'll have a login by that point. You can get the app on your phone, which looks almost identical to how it looks on here on the computer. The only thing is I don't think you can get level 2 on the phone with the Thinkorswim platform, but it isn't the end of the world. I don't really use it on my phone too much anymore, other than just for quick little real-time quotes. But yeah, this is totally free. That's what I love about it the most. And just a whole bunch of stuff you can really do with it, which I love too. So Drip's trying to finally make a move back up. Let's see what can happen here. It took it long enough, but we might finally start to come back up. So now we're back above the SMA actually. Wow, we had a huge movement the last 2 minutes. So what I want to see, again, I want to see it come back up. Like I said, I'm not going to get in probably till at least 1050. Again, what I would like to see is at least for it to obviously continue to trend up. I still want to see a pullback, because I waited for the pullback. What do? We pulled back hard below the SMA. Technically, I could go ahead and hop in at 1050 because, yeah, see, I don't know. I'm going to, like I said, if you're not 100%, obviously you're never 100% about anything, but if you're not confident about it, then don't do it. It's currently trending below the EMA. I don't really like that much. Let's just see what happens here. We have another green candle, so we're pushing up. I'm wondering if I should hop in. I got a sneaky feeling I almost should, but I know that I really like to see a pullback and continue up. What I'm worried about is we might start to see a potential staircase pattern downwards. That's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about, which would obviously be a bearish pattern on the day. So I'm kind of worried to get in right now. Obviously, even if we got up close to the recent high of the morning, that would still be roughly 2.5% profit potential. But I'm a little on edge about it, in all honesty. RSI is not our indicators aren't really showing too much to really make me confident or quote unquote scared about it. But I don't know. I don't got a great feeling about it right now for some reason. And then obviously we've been actively trending down of late, so the highs keep getting lower and lower. The lows have been getting lower and lower by day. So yeah, again, I'm still just gonna kind of hang out for now. Not a big deal. TVIX is still hanging around its low of the morning so far. It's at 943 right now. It's been consolidating pretty well though, right around that 940 to 945 area. So I'm wondering if it might. See, this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about if we're gonna. I want to see what happens here. If what happens here is we just see a minor pullback, like say like 1048, and then we start to actively begin to trend up, then my worries will go away. But if we continue to trend down and we make like a new low of the day, then I'm probably going to stay away and then start looking forward to gush, because that's going to be obviously a bearish pattern at that point on the daily, at least as of this morning, which is obviously what I'm most worried when I'm trading is this morning, obviously. But yeah, I mean, just don't force anything. But how's it going? How's it going, everybody? How's everybody's morning going? ClickBank. No, thank you. It's like right about now, this is where I really want to see drip bounce if it's going to bounce. Good thing is the EMA is still showing signs that it wants to continue to push up. So this might be a good signal here. But again, I'm going to wait on it. I'm not going to force anything. If anything, I want to see like a little green candle here, another little maybe medium-sized candle here, maybe push up to 1054, and then I want to see it continue to trend up. I might wait for, honestly, a whole nother pullback. I want to see it trend up a little. I want to see it bounce about where it is right now. I don't want to see another red candle in all honesty, guys. The lowest I want to see it go, absolute lowest I want to see it go is 1042, right around the SMA. Good thing is SMA, every indicator is trying to show signs of trying to trend up. So, I mean, let's see what happens. I mean, very slow morning right now. Hopefully I'm not, like, all up in the camera. Like I said, you're going to have to, like, excuse my hair. Just excuse everything. I just started my overnight shift last night, and I did not get a whole lot of sleep. Or all I got was really rest. I mean, it took me forever to fall asleep in bed last night, because I'm used to going to bed at, like, midnight. And I tried to go to bed at, like, 9 last night. I only slept for maybe 30 minutes to an hour before I went in. It literally felt like as soon as I fell asleep, I was having to wake up. Then I went in to work, and I just couldn't really get that comfortable. But I did get a good probably hour of sleep at work, and then I had a good few hours of rest where I wasn't really doing anything. I was just sitting in the dark with my eyes closed, so I was resting at least, but... So this is good, this is good. Let's see what we can continue to do here. I like how it's potentially setting up now. Maybe. Like I said, I'm probably going to wait for at least, I want to see it continue. I want to see it, obviously it's bounced here. I want to see it trend up a little bit. I want to see one more pullback and watch it bounce again. That way we'll have kind of a staircase pattern upwards. And then I'll probably consider hopping in. Worst comes to worst, the potential for profit. Worst comes to worst, obviously, would only be about 1% or 2% at that point. But at least it's not negative. So like right now, it's too soon for this to be a red candle. Well, I mean, like, red as in it go even lower. If it's just one little red candle and then we have another green here, no big deal. But if this one's red and starts to go back down, I'm not going to like that pattern that it's shaping up. But, man. Oh, it's a waiting game, just like every other day. See how our stream's doing. Hopefully the stream's doing good. Hopefully that I am still in 1080p. We got 7 people watching. How's everybody doing? Chat's pretty quiet right now. Let me know how the stream's doing overall. Hopefully the sound's okay. I know I had my video all right in last night's stream when we talked about stocks to watch today. But Josh, if I remember right, you said that my voice kind of sounded echoey. I think I might have gotten that fixed, but let me know if there's any issues at all with the stream. Like I said, I'm just trying to make it better and better for you guys every single day. Where's JNUG? JNUG is still down right around 64 cents. JDST's up 210 on the day so far. Is DREP a penny stock? No, DREP is not a penny stock. It's an ETF. So, I mean, it's not even like a quote-unquote traditional stock. But how you can really identify penny stock is, most people say a penny stock is like under $5 anymore. I think the true definition, if I remember right, is like under 10 maybe. But most people say under $5. And when you just look overall, I mean, it pretty much moves inverse of Gush and /CL, like oil. I mean, it's pretty much like an oil ETF, oil-based ETF. And I mean, when you just look at it overall, I mean, it's never, the lowest it's ever been is 931. It's been as high as 241. 16, obviously that's way back whenever gas was pretty expensive, if I remember right. But no, it is not a penny stock at all. It's just a good solid ETF that can make you that and Gush. I really love day trading the hell out of those two because it's almost, I wouldn't say almost, but you're pretty much almost, you're almost guaranteed a profit as long as you, like I'm doing right now, as long as you just stick to your plan. Like I said, I want to see a pullback. I'm wanting for it to go up a little more, hopefully, and then experience one more little pullback, like a staircase pattern upwards potentially, and then I'll consider investing in. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, I mean, as long as you stick to your plan, these two ETFs, Gush and Drip, you can almost day trade them almost daily for at least 2%, 3%, sometimes double-digit percent profit. Sometimes it can be really huge. I mean, you can see right out of the gate, Drip had a, 3%, 4% almost movement up right out of the gate the first 10 minutes of market open. So, I mean, if you caught it on the run, and you could have been done this morning depending on how much money you have in your account, how much you would have put towards Drip, you could add your 4% and out. How much are you buying? That I have not decided yet. I did it again a minute ago for about 20 seconds. Okay, that might just be a glitch in like the internet or the computer too. So I know from time to time it's gonna have like a glitch or something, but as long as like the overall stream is okay, I won't worry too much. But how much am I planning on buying? If you're talking about Drip, it really just depends on the risk versus reward. I'm trying to not go all in on any one stock or ETF. I try to divide it up between 2, sometimes 3. Today's looking more like 2, maybe even just 1. But I never invest like all of my account balance into just one stock or ETF. I never really suggest anyone do that because I mean it's just super risky, obviously. Like, let's see, my account's around 750. So out of 750, if I really think there's a pretty big potential, which is not really looking like there is, but if there's like a huge potential for Drip to go up like 10% on the day, and every sign is pointing towards that it is going to do so, then I would probably be willing to invest $300 to $400, maybe even $500 into Drip, because I mean 10% on 500, that's $50. But that's just in theory, just kind of like my thought process. But I never really like to invest more than 50 to 60% of my account into just one stock or ETF. Do you short sell? No, because with Robinhood cash account, I don't even think on Robinhood you can short sell if I remember right. But I know you pretty much can't with a cash account on Robinhood. What I do is pretty much like, say I bought into Drip right now, which I'm not, but say I did. Say I bought in at 10.56, sold it at 11, just for easy number. Say it only took 30 minutes for it to get to 11, which would be awesome. I don't think that's gonna happen, but in 30 minutes, yeah, I hold a position for a short amount of time, but no, I don't short sell. No problem. But yeah, it's looking like it's trying to set up here to potentially keep moving up. But really quickly, I've like scarfed down these 2 coffees, so I gotta take a quick restroom break. I know this is like quicker than usual. Usually I wait for like the 2nd or 3rd hour before I have to take a quick little piss break, as I like to call them. But literally the bathroom's right here, so I'll be right back, guys, in like 30 seconds. I'm not gonna do anything but use the bathroom really quick. I'm sure I lost a little. I'm sure I lost a few viewers. Seems like I always do every time I get up, but no big deal. I know people also have to get to work and whatnot. But how's everybody doing this morning? Not liking this little. I really want to see it continue to go on up, but man, it's just slow moving right now. See how we're doing. Still got 7 watching. How's everybody doing today? Pretty quiet right now. I mean, I know the stock market is pretty cool. Not really pretty quiet, but stuff that I'm looking at is pretty quiet. But what are you guys looking at right now? Is there anything in particular you guys are keeping an eye on this morning? Only thing going up is DDD. Let's see what's going on here. Damn. It's up 3.5%. Could potentially pull back, maybe not today, but in the near future, showing signs of overbought. But obviously showed signs of overbought once before. It pulled back a little and continued on up. So it might not quite pull back that far, but just be cautious, obviously. But it has potential, obviously. Potential of what, like 20%? About 13% potential if it can get back up to the recent high just on the 20-day. Wow, this thing swings a lot. That's awesome. That's a good little, yeah, see, it's showing signs that this might just be a little pullback, so I wouldn't worry too much yet, but it's got some room to pull back for sure if it wants to. Let's see here. I was looking at potential short on BLCM, but volume died. BLCM. Yeah, that volume just kind of went to shit over the last half hour or so, didn't it? It's up 14% on the day. Jesus Christ. And it's got a lot of room for potentially continuing to fall down. One thing to also be careful with. No, never mind. I'm not going to say that. It's probably wrong. But, yeah, it could definitely continue to just keep on pulling back. So, be careful with that one, too. Let's look at the 180. Yeah. It could definitely experience a pullback. And, I mean, there is a strong resistance there right around $8.90. Between $8.90 and $9, really strong resistance there. Every time it's gotten up there, it's sold off and continued to sell off. The sell-off's happening a lot faster this time, but I mean, it is up 14% on the day still. That's crazy. It must have experienced had a huge pump. I don't know if there was news behind the stock or anything, but had some kind of pump because I mean, it went from at one point it was up 30%, 31%. So that's crazy. Might be bouncing, so might still be a little bit of potential, but yeah, I mean that volume is gone for sure. Wow. Yeah. What indicators do you use? So here's my overall. These are like your studies, pretty much your indicators. You can see I have my displaced EMA. SMA, the one that I refer to a lot, I have it set at 180. RSI, I'm pretty sure my RSI, MACD, everything is like just original. I just added it to my lower section. But the RSI I refer to a lot. MACD, it's not like make or break. Obviously, you don't want to base any of your trades solely off of indicators, but they give you a good general idea on top of your candles. So yeah, if you didn't know and you want to maybe take a screenshot or picture of just my quick little deal there. But yeah, I don't know if you, oh shoot, did I mess with something? Oh, it was just because I was zooming in and out, I think. Hopefully. think so. But yeah, those are just a few of the indicators I use. And then obviously I have level 2 down here as well. To get level 2 on this platform, it's right here. You can literally take it off if you want, put it back. But yeah, man, there's just nothing going on with Drip and Gush right now. It's like they can't decide on what they want to do. That's in part because /CL, but /CL is down quite a bit. So I would think if anything, Drip would get ready to break out a little. But the fact that it's not is a little concerning. Obviously, it's still up 1.5% on the day, which is pretty good. See what happens. TVIX, again, still hanging around that 940 to 945 range. I'm wondering if it's going to move. Apparently hit 935, a new low of the day. And if I'm recalling, new low possibly of the week. Maybe not the week, because if I remember right, on Monday, it dropped pretty low, right around that mark. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 1035 I'm thinking of. But that might be a possible new low of the week. So be careful with TVIX today. I thought I had a news notification. Just trying to make sure there's nothing that could affect stocks going on. Doesn't look like it. But Fitbit up 10 cents on the day. I wonder what that is from a percentage standpoint. It's up about 2% on the day. TVIX, yeah, just continuing to trend. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really liking this one too much for the rest of the week, possibly. PTN is now up over that 145 resistance, 144 to 145 resistance, up 4.5% on the day. Man, I almost wish I got into this now. Why do I like this one? Because when we look at the 180-day, what do you see? It's continuously actively trending up, using the SMA as a support. PTN, yeah. Did I call it the wrong name? If so, sorry. I'm super tired. But one thing to look out for, there is going to be a strong resistance again at 150. If it can keep on going, look for it to possibly make a new high. Man, I really have tempted to hop in that, but I know there's going to be a strong resistance right around 150, 155. Obviously, with a penny stock, though, I mean, 1-2 pennies, I mean, that makes a huge difference. It's up 7 cents, it's up 5%. So Drip is now up to 1060. No. Monday. Shoot. Man, I feel like I should hop in. One thing I'm worried about is RSI is really getting close to the overbought signal. But it's setting up the way I want it to. I might hop in. Oh, too far. Okay, we might experience a little pullback here. Maybe not though. This might be, man. It's setting up exactly like I said. Not exactly like I said. Exactly what I wanted, what I've been waiting for. Okay, there we go. A little pullback. See what I was like waiting for, like what I'm wanting to see. I'm wanting to see this active, like they almost look like little staircases. That's what you would pretty much call like a staircase pattern in upward pattern, of course, upward trend, whatever. I just want to make sure that it's not gonna start to dip down and then have a staircase downward. That's the only thing I'm really worried about at this point. What's everybody in currently? What are you all looking at? Is there certain ones you're all keeping an eye on for the whole day, for the rest of the week, or anything? Is there anything that you guys are holding as possible swing trades or for calls or anything like that? Wonder where our guy Tyler is. Tyler's our big options guru who makes some pretty damn good killing on options. I'm wondering if he got burned on those Microsoft options yesterday. I think he had calls and I don't think he hit them. Anxious to hear from him about that if he hops in this morning. I know he tends to hop in a little later on in the morning, so it might be another half hour before he hops in. But yeah, the dude made like over $3,100 on Facebook calls the other morning. Looks like they're trying to pump and dump. I heard some news actually around MVCN. Where did I hear it? It might have been TechBud Solutions. But it is dumping. So, yeah, the news might have been short-lived, whatever it was. I heard there was some news around MVCN, though. But, yeah, this one's dumping. So, I think it's a little too late to get in on that party. It might go up a whole penny, which obviously in that case, a whole penny makes up, like, what, 2 to 3, maybe even 4%. But, yeah, I kind of, to be honest, I kind of hate NVCN. I mean, yes, that 1 penny can literally make you a good amount of profit really quick, but it can also lose you a good amount of profit really quick. So, with very, very low penny stocks like that, I tend to kind of shy away from them in all honesty. Looks like Drip's starting to bounce right back up. I think I should get in. I'm really starting to think I should get in. I don't want to wait too long again. There was one day where I was doing this with Drip. I think it was last Monday when I was looking at Drip and Gush. Not this Monday, but like the previous Monday. Like the first time I went live like this. And I was kind of watching Drip. And I got caught watching and it was just too late. So then I went over to Gush and it was like, fuck. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and hop in, I think. Actually, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I do this every single time. I go type in my password, get it wrong, and then I can do it. Okay. So we bought 30 shares of Drip. It's funny how quick that can swing. Obviously, only a few pennies it can swing a little bit, but always fun to watch. But the reason why I decided to go ahead and hop in, one, we started to trend above the EMA. I seen that the last couple of minutes that we're kind of trending above the EMA. Of course, it never fails. Every time I get in, it drops a couple more pennies, which can obviously make a pretty big difference. Hopefully I didn't get in right at the fucking break of this thing. Volume's coming back, thankfully, but still gonna be interesting to watch. Where I would look to cut losses again would probably be right around 10.30. Obviously you'd be looking at a fair amount of loss at that point. 10.30 would be what, about 2 to 3%, about 2 3/4. But I think there is a solid support right around there for today, at least, because you can see every time we got around 10.30, boom, we bounced. Boom, we bounced. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see for sure. /CL. I want to see that go down to about at least 80 cents. I think if it can go down 80 cents, we'll see Drip make a new. I don't remember how much it was down whenever we made this high of the day, around 1080. But if it can get back down to where it's down between 80 cents to $1, I think that'll be some good profits on Drip. Of course, now my MACD is showing signs that it's starting to trend down a little, but apparently I didn't pay attention to that when I bought in, or I could have got it at a better price. But yeah, I'm going to watch it. Again, you cannot panic. I mean, you could easily panic and then cut your losses too early. A lot of people are horrible about cutting their losses way too early. Obviously, I'm atrocious for cutting them too late, but I learned that lesson the hard way finally. So I'm pretty much saying if it gets below 1030, I'd probably go ahead and cut losses. But I'm not really too worried about it right now. Because again, like we keep mentioning, /CL. I don't even have you guys pulled up. Sorry about that. /CL. When we look at the 10-day and even 20-day too, it still has room for pulling back. Am I saying it's going to do all this today? No. Could it though? Yes, because I mean that's only about a 2.5% drop. We saw a jump 2 to 3% one day. Who's to say it won't drop 2 to 3% one day? But it's already down about 1% today, so I'll look for it to maybe drop a whole nother percent. But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. Good luck. I feel like hope not, but thanks. This morning's just been really slow. But like I said, I don't know why I did gush. If worse comes to worse, I will cut losses on Drip, make them up in gush. That's why I made sure to not use a whole lot of my account on Drip, because yes, there is that potential that it could just go back down and I could lose 2 or 3%. But on the flip side, I would hop in gush, because I believe if this drops 3%, then oil will continue up to like $67, $68 on the day. But I mean, there's gonna have to be a lot of movement for all that to happen. So it's gonna be interesting to see. AMD is still doing pretty strong. It's up 21 cents currently. FSM's a little flat today. PTN is still right around that 147 mark. DGAS and UGAS haven't really moved too much today. Seed is still being a turd. Acres up quite a bit, or actually it came down a little. It was up like 5 cents, now it's up 2. Yeah, like I keep saying with Acre, I would stay away from it until it's above that 60 cents mark again. Let's see how we're doing. So we have 7 people. Apparently we had like 9 at one point. That might have been the most that I've seen. But welcome to anyone that's new. First and foremost, excuse my hair and everything. I know it probably looks hideous, but I just started my overnight job, like I keep mentioning. I'm only up on about 2 hours of sleep and coffee and espresso shot. So yeah, it was a long night. But anyways, if you're just new, welcome to the channel. We'd love to have you here. Pretty much all this is all about right now is obviously we're doing live stock market trading, and I try to go live pretty much every single day now, at least for the morning session from 9:30 Eastern time, 8:30 Central, until around 1 or 2 o'clock Eastern, which would be around noon or 1 Central. So yeah, I mean, if you're just into the stock market, and this channel is not just about the stock market. I mean, we're just all about financial freedom overall. Already subscribed. Awesome. Love to have you here. Love to have you here. Aunt G. You're pretty new. You're new, aren't you? Because I don't think I've seen you here before. Welcome, welcome. All I'm really trying to do is just like build a community of just like-minded people that all have a goal at the end of the day to just achieve financial freedom. You may like your job, like I mentioned. I mentioned this Monday or Tuesday. We were talking about jobs versus working on your own terms and whatnot. First time, awesome. Love to have you here. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the support. If you like the stream, definitely make sure to smash that like button. I don't like to say that too often during streams because I hate when I'm watching streams and people just spam the hell out of smash the like button, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, yeah, definitely appreciate the support for sure. I forgot what I was even talking about now. Just pretty much what we're all about here. Just a bunch of like-minded people looking to network on YouTube. Someone mentioned to me that I need to possibly hop on Twitch because I guess there's like no competition on Twitch apparently, which I'm not really worried about competition because like I said, I'm just trying to like network with a bunch of like-minded people. We all have an end goal today of making money. That's what the stock market's all about at the end of the day. It's not just a video game or anything like that. But that's funny I said video games because that's what Twitch is essentially for, or started for. But yeah, I mean, we all have a goal here of making money. So if we can just bounce ideas off of one another and learn from each other's mistakes, learn from each other's success, whatever, then it can enhance our probability of, welcome Megan, probability of success. It's kind of funny, for some reason, I don't know if there's like privacy settings or something, but like, it's like 50-50. I'll get notifications when some people subscribe, and I won't get any when other people subscribe. Like, I don't think I got one for you, Aunt G. Right now we're looking at drip. If you're wondering about my overall, because I know we keep getting a lot of new people, it's awesome for sure. We're growing so fast. I mean, I've gained more subscribers like this week than I gained like the previous like 2 or 3 months. It's crazy. But if you're wondering just overall about my investing style, my trading style, I refer to myself more as a trader than an investor because I'm not really long-term investing or bag holding anything. I really love inverse ETFs just because it's on one. If there's one thing guaranteed, is one goes down, one's gonna go up. That's why I was watching Drip and Gush so closely. As long as also with /CL, I look at the futures a lot when it comes to these ETFs. If you're wondering what the futures are, it's always the ones with / like / is /CL. Man, you all can tell I'm tired by how I'm slurring words. Is crude oil futures. /GC is gold futures, /NG is natural gas futures, and then if I remember right, I have VIX futures, yeah, /VX as well. That's not really an ETF; those are more your ETNs. But yeah, I really like inverse ETFs just because they're kind of, I wouldn't say safe. Like obviously you can lose money. I lost a lot of money on Drip because I bought it at a horrible position. I got in at a horrible time and rode that damn thing all the way down. That was really stupid. That and TVIX were 2 of my worst trades I ever did just because I did horrible due diligence. I had gotten home from a vacation after driving literally all day, 8 or 9 hours, and I tried to do some homework really quickly, do some technical analysis on TVIX and Drip. And if you know anything about TVIX, everything's kind of thrown out the window when it comes to technical analysis. You need to really be in the know with the news when it comes to TVIX because it tends to swing opposite inverse of the overall stock market, specifically S&P 500 and SPY. And then obviously it's a volatility ETN at that, so there has to be a lot of volatility going on for it to thrive, as you'd like to say. So it has a lot of potential. I mean, I love the fact that it's down so much today because I think tomorrow might be a good play for it, but maybe even this afternoon, who knows. But I'm watching it. Pretty much, I love inverse ETFs just because they're some of the safest ways you can really go. And when you're getting started, the safer you can play, the more confidence you're going to build over time, and then you can kind of start experiencing more with volatility, ETNs and stocks and penny stocks and so on. I never really like to suggest penny stocks to newer people just because, I mean, they are so volatile, and I would almost rather you go and do options than penny stocks in all honesty, because at least with options you have a better chance on getting that high reward, whereas penny stocks it's almost like throwing a dart in the dark. In a lot of cases, not in all cases, obviously there's people that make tons of money off penny stocks, but when you're first starting, I really don't suggest it for a lot of people. But yeah, my overall style right now is mostly ETFs. You can pretty much see my watch list that I have. I mean, I have an active watch list where I have all kinds of stuff. and I need to update it. I keep saying I need to update it, but I haven't in almost 2 weeks now. And then I have my basic just ETFs. TVIX technically is not an ETF, as a lot of people will probably point out, neither is UVXY. I just put them in there because this is what I look at the most, and since I'm always looking at TVIX and UVXY, if I remember right, that's a futures as well, but I just wanted to put it in there, that way I wouldn't have to bounce back and forth on my watch list. But yeah, Drip's kind of having a hard time getting past 1062, 1063. Kind of worrying there. Back down to 1058, and hopefully we can continue to keep going up on it. But yeah, how's everybody doing this morning? I want to know like what your all's trading style is for those of you that are new, and for everyone here that's joined recently. Let me know real quick, like where are you from? What do you do like for a living right now? What's like your goals overall? Like I said, this channel is not just about trading. We're all about like just achieving financial freedom and all about helping people at the end of the day. So I'm just like, let me know a couple things about you, like where are you from? What's your goals when it comes to trading or just financial freedom in general? And then like what is your trading style? Because I'm assuming a lot of you here are here obviously for trading. So like what is your trading style? Do you like penny stocks? Do you like options? Do you like crypto? What do you really like about trading? And then also, again, if you have a ticker symbol you want me to break down, I'll definitely be happy to break one or two down really quick. The best days for me to break down ticker symbols is whenever I'm waiting on my funds to settle, because I am using a cash account. So usually about every other day, I'm really here just to strictly break down ticker symbols all throughout the market day for you guys. Yesterday we broke down quite a few. I think Monday we did as well. Monday or Tuesday we broke down quite a few as well. I'm waiting on this guy Tyler to hop in. He's usually in almost every single day. The dude is making a killing off of an account with 10 grand in it. He does options. He had Facebook calls. I wish I had the picture still. He didn't send it to me. Again, he sent it to me once, but I lost it whenever my computer did this stupid restart. But the dude made 31.19% or something off of Facebook calls, and I think it ended up being like $3,119 or something like that he made in like 2 hours, the first 2 hours of market open. So I mean, that's awesome. That right there, he made what most people make in one whole month in 2 hours. Now obviously you have to hold some back for taxes and all that other stuff, so after everything he's probably making what, still about at least 2 grand off of that. That's still what a lot of people make, and I mean that's what I make a little bit more than that in my job per month, but not a hell of a lot more. Like $2,400 a month after taxes and everything. So I mean, it's just awesome. I love the fact that you can make your money work for you and not have to work for money. I mean, yes, you still have to put in the work, put in the due diligence, and put the money up. Like, it takes money to make money, but it's just awesome that you can make your money work for you. Dallas, Texas. Me and my girlfriend are moving down to the Dallas area either the summer or the end of the year. Our lease ends at the end of the year, and it looks like it's going to be pretty hard to get out of without us still being tied to it, even if we sublease it. So we're really considering just staying until the end of the year. That way we'll get our full refund back and our full deposit back and all that good stuff. But yeah, for sure by the end of the year we're moving to, I think the town is either Rockwall. We've narrowed it down to like 2 or 3. We're thinking either Rockwall, Garland, or what's the other one? Maybe Mesquite, just because it's in the same area, but it's slightly cheaper cost of living, because apparently it's kind of like an older town. Her family lives down there. But yeah, awesome. Small and large cap financial independence. Yes. Awesome. How's it going? New RSB. How's it going? CVS. I have a few long call options if you want to look at it. Yeah, sure thing. Right now, like I said, just keeping an eye on Drip because I might sell it. Doesn't look like anytime soon. But CVS. So first things first. Okay, so good thing is on the 20-day, like on the SMA, it's not really overextended. I like seeing that. Where do you have your calls at? About 65, I would assume, or do you have them up near the high, like 68? Did you ask about that a week? Did you ask about that a week ago in a chat room? Yeah, third shift sucks. Luckily at my job, I can't lie. If I can get comfortable, I can get a lot of sleep. Like I'm talking like a few hours, 66. Okay. But yeah, at my job, it's just I can't get comfortable in them damn chairs. I'm lucky to get an hour of sleep there. But I had someone tell me they were moving to Mesquite. I am in TechBud Solutions once in a while. Lupo was kind of mad at me for a little bit on there the other day, or like Monday, but it's not a big deal. I'm never starting drama. But I don't think that I said Mesquite, because we recently just started talking about Mesquite like a couple days ago, just because Rockwall and Garland are pretty expensive towns to live in. But I might have mentioned it, but I'm not super active in that chat, so I don't know if it was me for sure. I did go down there recently, and I was near the Mesquite area. But anyways, yeah, you said 66, well, 65.50 to be exact, but they expire on the 27th. So you still got over 2 weeks, which is a good thing. It's consolidating really well right around 63. When's their earnings? So they paid out their dividend. That's good. Earnings is going to be on 5/2, so that's not really going to affect you too much. 180-day SMA shows it can get up to at least 66.95. Like it has room to grow, go up there. And you said 66, correct? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's possible. And you said 65.50. Yeah, I think the 65.50 for sure is reachable within the next 2 weeks. But the only thing I'm a little worried about, earnings is a ways out, and when we look at the recent trend, it is continuing to trend down. So you're going to need a decent, like, how much does it have to come from where it is now? It's 63.82, maybe right there. So you need it to come up at least about another 2 to 3. That's not horrible. One, you need it to end today good, obviously. You need it to probably end at least up 1.5% to 2%. That would really help you out because as of late it is trending up, which is a good thing, of course. But obviously you're going to look for the SMA to continue to trend down. So the longer it takes for you to reach it, the more the SMA is probably going to continue to trend down. It could flatline, but look for it to continue to trend down. So overall, you need to still make up around 2.5. Yeah, I think in 2 weeks you can make that up. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna do too bad on those, in all honesty. But it's a little risky, in all honesty. But I think you can hit it. 2 weeks. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think you can hit it for sure. It's experiencing a little pullback the last couple days, it looks like, but usually when you have a pullback, you start to see kind of a continue up, especially whenever you've had a consistent upward pattern of late. Does that mean, do previous patterns ever mean that something's going to continue up? Absolutely not. I'm going to have to hop over to Drip here in a second. But I think you can hit that. I think your 65.50 for sure you can hit. 66. I think if you hit 65.50, 66 definitely is not out of the realm of possibility for sure. Yeah, that might be a good one for sure. Rockwall is nice. Garland and Mesquite are cool. Yeah, her mom actually lives in Garland. And we went to Rockwall and we just really loved Rockwall overall. It is a really, really nice town for sure. Really nice compared to like where we're living now. Rockwall is like amazing. I saw the trend down too. That's why I asked you. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't stress on it too much because I think 65.50 for sure is going to be reached. So I think you're at least going to hit that what you need to hit. It's just like like I said, and I know I'm kind of contradicting myself because I said if it hits 65.50, 66, not out of the realm of possibility. But in all honesty, if it hits 65.50, I'll go ahead and cash in on it and move on. But yeah, I think you will. I mean, you're not even that far from it in all honesty. You're up 78 cents today. You're about $1.65 away from it. So, I mean, you're not doing too bad at all. I wouldn't be too worried about it. 2 more weeks. Come on, Drip. Get your shit together. DPW. Penny stock. Up 20% on the day. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome if it could gap up to 131? Talk about pump and dump. I don't know this company. It might not be pump and dump, but that'd be amazing if that could gap up. But let's look at the recent trend. Ooh, so it's well overextended. It could obviously continue to trend up. I just hate, especially when it comes to penny stocks, there's nothing I hate more than chasing a stock to begin with. Nothing I hate more than chasing a stock to begin with, especially when it comes to penny stocks, because it can be a classic case of the old pump and dump. So I personally would stay away from this. It's already up 20%. Looks like it's already starting to come down a little. Let's look at the 1 day. So I had a high 103, and it's kind of, the good thing is it is showing signs of actively trending up for the day. However, just be very, very, very careful. Me personally, this is not my kind of thing. Even if it just pulls down to the 1 day for the SMA, you're looking at minus 6-7%. So just be very, very careful of this one. But yes, you're definitely right. I mean, trending up for sure. And even on your recent 5-day, it looks like it's actively trending up on the 5-day. But it is so overextended. If it drops back down even close to the SMA, you're looking at minus 10 to 12%. So just be careful, as always. But like I said, I'm never going to tell you guys what to invest in, what not to invest in, or where or when or anything like that. I'm just doing like my own analysis and just being upfront with you guys. I mean, see, it's already down about another %. But like I said, it's just not my thing personally, but if you see value in it, then by all means. I mean, 4 cents up, that'd be what, about 3-4%? So, or maybe not quite 3 or 4%. Actually, pretty close to 3 or 4%. But yeah, if you see value in it, then by all means, hop all over it. You're staying away from it. There's your answer. Thanks, by the way. This is the first time I've ever communicated with someone on live stream. You made my entire year. I wish you the very best. And tell my friends. Awesome. That's awesome. That stuff like that, I just love to hear, because like I said, I mean, that's all this channel is about at the end of the day. It's just about helping people and networking with other like-minded people. Like I'm almost afraid for this channel to get really big, because then I know, for one, it's going to be hard to like reach everybody in the chat, because it's just going to be consistently going and going and going. But two, I mean, you're going to start getting people in here that just hate on other people, and I don't want to have to deal with that. I mean, we're just here to help people. Like I said, we're here to help people make money and achieve financial freedom at the end of the day. There's going to be people that think I'm an idiot. There's going to be people that think people in the chat right now are idiots, but it's like, who cares? I mean, most people that go around hating on other people, something's not working for them, be it in stock market, be it in life overall. Some people are just angry people at the end of the day, which I don't want to put up with. I hate negativity when it comes to just living your life at the end of the day. But VXX is down almost 3.5%. Really. Woo. Yeah, I mean, what do we continue to see? We continue to see these just massive pullbacks, sell-offs, whatever you wish to call them, overall. That's crazy. There's a few of these that just continue to do this. It's just nuts. But, however, where you see this happen, you see a potential for recovery. I just personally hate seeing these kind of patterns, because, I mean, look at this high versus where it is now. That's down over 3% a day over a 2 to 3 day period. So it's down like, what, about 6 to 10% over the last few days. I hate seeing that. But anyways, thank you. Thanks for the support. I can't thank you guys enough for the support. Like I always say, if it's not for you guys, if it wasn't for you guys, then I would literally just be talking to a camera, talking to myself, and feeling like I was literally doing this for no reason other than to talk to myself. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's just about networking with like-minded people, and we're all here to make money and achieve some financial freedom at the end of the day. Like I said yesterday, I started this channel by being scammed on the internet, and that was when I was like, you know what? There's so many scammers out there on the internet. If I can just make one YouTube channel that's like legit, just to help people, no matter like what it ends up being about. It started out as an Amazon and eBay channel, and then I went away from that. I actually got really sick for a few months, for about 6 months, and for a while I debated even getting back on YouTube again, but something just lit a fire under me. I don't even remember exactly what it was in all honesty, but just to get back on and help people. I think it was the fact that I looked at my channel and saw I still had over 100 subscribers when I had like, I was just like, how the hell do I have these subscribers? And I almost felt an obligation to just start posting, because I was like, these people are like waiting on you essentially. Like, go get it at the end of the day. I can make so many excuses to not post videos, but I decided to go get it and help people out along the way. But yeah, I mean, that's just what it's all about at the end of the day. If you're not helping people, then what's the point of anything? It's kind of how I see it. But thanks. I cannot thank you guys enough for the support, for sure. It was testing the dollar and it failed again. Yep. So we're already at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Man, Drip, you piece of shit. It's consolidating a lot right around the 1060 mark. I really want to see it. Man, this isn't looking that good. Hopefully we can. When did I get in? 1059. TVIX above 945 and tempting to make a comeback maybe. HDT. Got some volume behind it. Dried up, man, my throat. Dried up for a little and bounced back up. Good thing is the EMA is starting to trend back up above the SMA, which is always really good. I would wait for a few more candles, see how it kind of trends. Obviously in a few minutes a lot can happen with these penny stocks, but I kind of want to see how this EMA continues to react. We're just crossing the SMA, which is beautiful, but we're starting to get near the signs of overbought on every indicator, so look for a pullback for sure. Like I said again, see how this EMA continues to trend. I want to look for some sort of a pullback to bounce off of the SMA. Obviously, like I always say, it doesn't have to come down to the SMA, but if it can just bounce above the SMA, at or above the SMA, and continue up, then I would consider hopping in that for a few percent profit, obviously. Has potential for sure. Actively trending down. That's the one thing I do not like about it. It's giving dividends. I've seen a lot of penny stocks lately that give dividends. Not a lot, but dividends are dividends at the end of the day. See, the Dow is A little below 300 now, 270. SPY is still around 266. NASDAQ is up 75 at 143. Come on, drip. Don't do this. I might watch for JNUG. I might see a little bit of potential with JNUG because it might be making a comeback today. Only thing I'm worried about is approaching signs of overbought. What I want to see is for it to continue to trend up just a little more, maybe one or two more green candles, bounce off of SMA and continue to trend up. There might be some potential here with JNUG. Drip, come on now. Make sure we're still doing all right. Got 8 people watching. Welcome everyone. If you're new to me, like I said, I don't want to reiterate like just who I am and whatnot too much, but obviously the channel name Millennial Motivation Entrepreneur. It's not just about stock markets here. It's about just the overall goal of achieving financial freedom, doing what you love to do for a living, no matter if it's trading stocks, doing Kindle books on Amazon, reselling on Amazon and eBay, starting an Amazon wholesale business, any way to make money doing something you love to do. That's what we're all about here, and doing it the right way, not going into a whole bunch of debt. Look at that. I might be setting up beautifully. We'll see how it continues. But come on, Drip, you fucking piece of shit. What was I saying? Like, not going into debt, learning how to get out of debt the right way. I keep bringing this person up. We had Cuckoo78, if I remember the name right, on here. Had like over $100,000 of debt. Was just asking how to go about getting out of it. We started with getting rid of the car and downgrading the car big time, and just finding ways to make money at the end of the day. That's what we're all about here, and then obviously helping people. I mean, that's the whole point. If we're not helping each other, then we're not going to be making money. We're all here to make money and live the life of our dreams at the end of the day. So, yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, definitely hit that subscribe button below. We'd love to have you here. And if you have any stocks or anything you want me to break down right now, definitely be sure to throw them out there in the chat. I'm kind of just watching JNUG for potential day trade today, possibly. I want to see it come back above the SMA, continue to show this possible staircase upwards. It's not really too much of a staircase upward pattern yet. I want to see it come back above the SMA again. Almost, it's looking similar to Drip, in all honesty. The setup is a little similar. The only difference is obviously Drip had a huge shoot up, almost 4%, around 4% right out of the gate. It started to trend down and it's trying to turn back up. Right now it's having a hard time. Obviously there's like no need to worry. It's not even it's not even like to the low of the day yet. The low of the day, if I remember right, was right around 10:30, maybe even 10:29. Yeah, right around 10:30, 10:29. So I mean, I'm not too worried yet. Like I said, it has to get below 10:30 for me to cut losses. You see it showing signs of oversold, which is potentially good, of course. If anything, I'm considering averaging down on my investment on Drip. Only thing I'm worried about is I want to see my MACD show a green arrow. For that, it's going to start to trend back up. I might go ahead and get Drip pulled up so I can possibly get in a few more. Let's see where we're at currently. Usually the good thing is usually when we see our MACD lines cross over the red, it usually shows signs that it's going to be a potential good time to buy. As you can see right here, cross the red, turned green, cross the red, turned green. Just kind of hovered around it for a little bit. Now we're crossing the red again. Again, you always want to wait for some confirmation. We had a little bit of volume coming in behind it, which could be the cause for this potential little bounce upward. But again, you always want to wait for some confirmation. Sorry I took you guys off for a second. See what happens. Haven't moved at all. It's like it just halted for a minute. I'm trying to look at level 2 currently, and they're really pretty damn close to one another. So we're now up to 1050. Shoot. Again, I'm still waiting on that confirmation from my MACD. Back down to 1046. Just not a lot of movement right now. The good thing is the signs are slowly pointing towards drip ending positive on the day. Obviously it's still way early to be like calling that out that is in fact going to happen. I mean, we're still only up roughly around 1%, but we haven't gone negative but once first thing this morning, and overall it is still showing signs of continuing upward. I just don't like how this kind of reminds me of how SPY was moving yesterday, in all honesty. Goodness gracious. Just a big waiting game. Everything on my chart has literally not moved that much. Like the past hour or two. Just not a lot of movement going on right now. What I'm really hoping we're not getting ready to see, since we're consolidating a little bit right here, right around 1046 to 1050, I hope we're not getting ready to be rejected by the SMA and continue this downward pattern. I'm a little worried about it just because how it's setting up, but again, the indicators are kind of showing that it is slightly oversold, and just kind of waiting on the MACD to really give us a go signal. Yeah, I was hoping for more action. Yeah, I mean, I thought today was, I mean, like the Dow Jones and everything, isn't the Dow Jones still up like 300? Yeah, the Dow Jones is up 300, the Nasdaq's up 78, even SPY is up like 250 today, which really doesn't mean all that much, but are we seeing a green maybe? I can't tell. Not yet. Man, I for real need to take a piss again already. So again, we're right around that 1050 mark. I really hope we can break this little barrier. But while it's doing so, since I think something's getting ready to break here either way between either it's going to continue down or up. I'm going to be right back. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having these urges to piss today. Alright. Come on, you son of a bitch. How's it going there, Charles? Man, we're waiting. I mean, not really shit. I mean, we've had some movement, obviously. TVIX down quite a bit. JNUG down a bit. I'm looking for a potential day trade on JNUG. And I actually bought into DRIP at 10.59. I'm thinking about averaging down. But obviously, you can see the trend right now. It's kind of taking the staircase downward, which I'm getting a little bit pissed off about. I'm getting a little worried that our SMA is starting to act as a resistance. And I'm waiting on the MACD. I'm waiting on the MACD. Why? Because when you see, as you see here, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. You can see every time that the MACD had crossed, like your MACD exponential, whatever, every time it crossed the red, what would happen? You would turn green and see it push up, red, cross, push up, red, cross. So, I mean, I'm waiting for that sign to continue to push back up. It's just a matter of when at this point. I'm not liking how this is looking in all honesty, but this kind of reminds me of what SPY was doing yesterday. We saw this kind of early morning action right here, and then it continued up in the afternoon. So I don't really want to be here through the afternoon because I really need to get some sleep in all honesty. I'm up on about 2 hours of sleep throughout the whole night, and I'm pretty much surviving off of caffeine right now. I have no idea when to buy JNUG. I don't have Think or Swim up this morning. Oh shoot. Let's get JNUG pulled up really quickly while we're waiting on drip. So what I'm looking at is, see, it got above the SMA for a minute, and then it got rejected and trending back down. Now the SMA is acting as a resistance. So what I want to see is I want to see a break above the SMA. I was talking about this here about 15 minutes ago whenever it crossed it last. I said I wanted to see it break above it, extend above it a little bit further than this, probably around like, in this case, probably around 1465. I want to see it break above it, have a little pullback at or above that SMA, and then bounce and continue to show upward pattern. You can see as of late it is going up, but now that it's reached that SMA, it's kind of consolidating here over the last half hour to an hour. So again, I'm just waiting on that as for that. And then on the flip side with drip, again, kind of just holding out, waiting to see what's going to happen. Been consolidating around 1045 to 1050. Pretty similar to JNUG. It's getting up to that SMA, and now it's acting as a pretty strong resistance. So I want to see it get above that, and then on the flips, and then also I want to see a green indication, a green arrow with my MACD. That'll definitely be a sign to buy. Good thing is RSI by all means is not showing any signs of overbought. So I mean, we're kind of just hanging out waiting for now. Man, I'm just so stiff. I'm trying to sleep in those chairs. Dow Jones is now up 312. Everything's up a crazy amount today. Come on. We need /. Another thing we're waiting on is to see how much more /CL is going to pull back. I mentioned earlier, I don't know how long ago now, but earlier I mentioned I want to see /CL go down as much as 80 cents to $1 today. It definitely has signs of doing so because it's due for about a 2% pullback. Does that mean it's all going to happen in one day? No, but I think if it's going to, whatever pullback it's going to have is going to be very short-lived, like one day, because I see /CL continuing on up to 70. /CL meaning crude oil. I see the price of oil going up to $70 here very soon. Okay, so we got our green arrow, finally. But I still want to break above that SMA. Come on. How much are you putting in stocks overall? It just depends. Right now I have, I think I got 20 or 30 shares of DRIP if I remember right. And I might be adding more to average down, especially if this MACD continues, if everything points towards signs of pushing up. Again, I want to see a break above the SMA. I'm wanting to at least wait till probably 1052 to 1053 before I hop in. Or not hop in, but average down, because then I'd probably consider selling off at 1065. It's not going to be huge profits, but I mean, I could wait until the recent high around 1080, but there's just not a lot of action going on today, and I would rather have some profits than no profits at all, you know what I'm saying? Even though I don't think that's going to be below maybe 1%. Yeah, roughly about 1%. And then obviously I'm averaging down, so I'm probably looking at 1% like dead on. So I mean, that's not huge profits at all, but I'm just looking to, for one, make the money back from TVIX, and then that horrible trade on DRIP as well. But come on now. But yeah, I think I've invested overall about $300, $310 I think was my order on DRIP, and that means I still have about $400 to $450 left for the day, somewhere in there, around 400 bucks or so. JNUG is super low right now. That's crazy too, because it just had a huge volume spike, but yet it dropped so much. Again, gold futures is down 20, almost 21, so that pretty much follows, like JNUG pretty much follows /GC. So yeah, I'm just hanging out waiting on that one. I really wish DRIP would quit being a fucking DRIP and get going, but man, there's not a whole lot of volume right now. TVIX made a new daily. The low on the daily is now 930. Apparently, it's continuing to drop. JNUG is down. Yeah, JDST is up about $2 right now. $1.90, $1.91 essentially. It was up as much as $2.10 if I remember right. But just as you say that, I shorted TVIX. Cool. So when did you? 9:30. I mean, 9:30 might be a potential good buy. I know a lot of people are saying they were going to wait till around 9:30, 9:35 to hop in, specifically to short it. So let me know how that works for sure. Man, this damn volume on drip has just went to shit. 1900, 276. I mean, dear God. Yeah, drip's lacking big time. I mean, it's just been consolidating right around 1045 to 1050 for what, the last. Man, it feels a lot more than 30 minutes, but apparently only the last 30 minutes or so. But it's felt like a year. Now we're back up to 1049. See if anything happens there. Wow, my phone charged really quick. $10.50. Come on, baby, please. I want to average down on you and make my profits a little bit more. $10.52. Come on. Come on. Keep on pushing. Push. Come on, asks. Don't let the bids outdo you. Man, I hate when days are slow. 1053. My gut's telling me TVIX again. Yeah, I would not be surprised. Like I said, a lot of people were calling that out around 9:35. A lot of people are saying between 9:30 and 9:35 for a good entry point for a day trade. I'm keeping an eye on it for sure. I mean, you see it's highlighted along with JNUG. Not that that really means anything specifically, but man, should I average down? I don't think I'm going to put any more in drip. I don't want to even mess around with it. I'm just going to hopefully gain my money back plus some. I want to get some profit off of it for sure. What, TVIX? Yeah, I saw it shot up like 5 or 6 cents for a quick second there. Look at these bullshit bids, 1049. You fucking kidding me? Don't you compare JDST to determine entry on JNUG? Yeah, but really I look at gold futures first, /GC, because this /GC is going to go down. You can pretty much guarantee JNUG is going to go down with it. As you can see, /GC is now down 20 flat. and JNUG is down right around 59.60 cents. So yeah, and then then I'll look at JDST as well, but I really look at /GC before I even begin to look at JNUG or JDST. That way, what the hell is that? Market beat. Apparently, I need to take that off my notifications. But yeah, I always look at /GC before I even begin to look at JNUG and JDST. Gold is expected to keep rising by a lot of people, including myself. It's definitely having a little bit of a pullback day though, so just hanging out, of course. How's it going there? Search you. I'm back. Any changes? Any gains? No, not really. Just hanging out, looking to possibly average down on my drip investment trade, whatever you wish to call it. I'm thinking about averaging down if it can reach right around 10.55. Obviously, I got in at 10.59. I don't know though. I'm not really liking how that's setting up right now. And then obviously we keep fucking getting rejected like right at 10.50, which isn't helping my feeling about it. Yeah, so I mean, but then you can also look at it from the standpoint of, so it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. So what I'm noticing with PTN lately is that it tends to have most of its action first thing in the morning, then it kind of just settles out mid-afternoon, and then tends to trend down in the afternoon hours. So that's one of like the main penny stocks I'm keeping an eye on right now, of course. Here we go, drips at 10.50 again. /CL is creeping up towards UNCH. I don't know if I can get near. Like we mentioned earlier, I might have got into drip at where did I get in exactly? It was like 10. I know it was like 10.59. I just don't remember if it was like here. I felt like it was in here, if I remember right. 9.30 sounds about right. We saw that it's like showing signs of trending up, but I had this pullback pretty much right. Yeah, because I had this pretty big pullback right after I got in. Shocker. I had a chance to sell for some profits, nothing big, but profits at the minimum. Kind of wondering. I don't want to cut losses too soon, of course, but I definitely don't want to get caught holding at the same time. What I'm starting to see is that there's a possible chance that /CL could rally. Late morning, early afternoon. I really do not want to stay here that long, in all honesty. I gotta get some sleep, but could be potential that I would, one, obviously cut losses or break even or whatever the case may be on drip, and then hop on into Gush and then finally get some profits going. It just depends on how /CL continues to move. When I got into when I got into drip, /CL was roughly around like minus 60 cents on the day. Right now it's right around minus 40. It was around like minus 30 for a second. That's why I was calling it out that it might be trying to rally, but and I think that's honestly why Drip hasn't really or Gush. They haven't really moved too much because they're kind of waiting to see what's going on with oil before they do anything. JDST usually leads the down way before JNUG goes up. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but JNUG was also up over $2 at one point, so it's already pulled back some. So what I'd be looking for is, yes, if JDST goes down, if JDST goes down a whole nother $1, you can expect JNUG to gain probably most of that 57 cents back. Yeah, I'm probably not even going to mess with either of them today, in all honesty. I think most of their action was this morning. There's just not a lot here today, in all honesty. If TVIX goes to 925, I'll buy the cover and then buy. It dipped down there for a second. It's back up to 938. It's a lot of bouncing around with TVIX. CSX should be looking good in the near future if the Wizards are correct. I don't know who the Wizards are, but I never like to invest ever based off of anyone's opinion for sure. However, for one, I'll look for a pullback because we're already seeing signs of one. So I'll look for a pullback of around 1%. Possibly. Does that mean that it is in fact going to? No, but I look for some form of a pullback. 180 day, trending pretty horizontally, doing good on earnings, giving out the dividends, actually increased the dividends this last time. Potential resistance right around 58. So right now it's right around 56.20, 58. That's about 3% potential in the short term. Your next resistance would obviously be around 60. So then that is roughly a 7% profit. So yeah, there's potential there for sure. Looks like more of a swing trade, but yeah, there's potential there for sure. I want to see a break above the 180-day SMA. It just has recently today, it looks like. I want to see it stay above that today. All day. Obviously, the one day is going to look a lot different, but you get what I'm saying. Fuck. Okay. /CL's on the move. This is fucking pissing me off. So when you look at this recent pattern, we went up one day, went down 1, 2, 3, went up one day, went down 1. This day didn't move too much, but still down 1, 2, 3. So if you go based off of patterns, you would almost assume Drip at least be up on the day, more than 0.68%. This isn't some index bullshit. Like I keep saying, is it going to hit that? Probably not, but it should at least see a good pop up here to $11, you would think, but this market's just fucking insane. Yeah. You rarely ever see the price of oil just unch. I mean, it happens, but yeah, if you got, like I said, if you guys have any specific tickers or anything that you want me to break down, definitely just shoot them out there in the chat, and I'll definitely be willing to break them down. I'm like starting to become really tired, in all honesty. My patience for this market for today are just starting to go to shit really quick, which is obviously never a good thing when you're trading. You always want to remain calm, cool, and collected, which is what I'm trying to do, but it's definitely a little frustrating. Everybody gets frustrated. It's just, don't ever let your feelings determine your trades. I can't stress that one enough, and that's what I keep having to remind myself. Because what I said I was going to cut my losses with drip if it started to, one, show a huge descending pattern on the day. It's setting up like it might be, but I want to wait for my full-on confirmation, which would probably be right around, in all honesty, if it gets below 1040, I might, depending on the volume, with this horrible amount of volume, if it gets below 1040, I'll probably go ahead and cut losses. We tipped like 1040, it looks like, for about a split second, but I mean, we're right back where we've been essentially the whole last fucking hour. 1046, 1050. We hit like 1053 or 55 for a split second for about a minute or so. Came back down. That's just annoying. Can we not freeze right now? At least YouTube hasn't, but good God. Hmm. I don't know if that's good or bad for the price of oil. I would assume bad. Well, I mean, bad is in like bad for drip, like it might cause, that might be what's causing /CL to try to push up. I don't know. I don't know that much about the whole oil industry, but keeps on trying to make a push that way towards unching. I might just need to go ahead and can we just like see one of those beautiful big green candles? Can we like see something like this again? That would just be awesome right about now. Jump what, 10 cents? 10, 11 cents in 1 minute. Make my money, I'd be in profits by like 0.1%. Yeah, I think you were right, Serchu, on that entry. I should have, I don't know what, man. Never stop learning. That's all I have to say. Just never, never, never stop learning. I don't know where this line came from. And they're trying so hard to keep oil from dropping. I mean, I said either it's going to pull back or it's going to just push on through to $70. Not today, but in general. I think eventually we're going to hit $70 anyways, but yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier too, was just why I found some value in drip instead of gush for today, was just when you look at 10-day, 20-day, 180-day, I mean, it has potential for a pretty decent pullback. I mean, I would look for a pullback of at least 3 to, at the minimum, 3 to 10%. Like I said, will it happen just today? No, but I mean, pulling back 1%, that's not really a pullback in all honesty when it comes to these ETFs. Oil being down 14 cents when it's gone up, how much? $15, $4 in like 2 days or more. Just a little bit of bullshit. So we're pretty much right at the SMA. By Wizards, I mean Yahoo Finance. I've seen positive reviews on StockTwits as well. Yeah. I mean, like I even mentioned on here, there are some people, I mean, all over. Like, it's unfortunate that, like, StockTwits and all them other ones, like, have such a bad rep because there's so many pump and dumpers on there. There's people that get paid to pump stocks up on there, as well as a bunch of other platforms. But, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I do have a StockTwits account. I actually have a few followers on there, surprisingly. I don't know why or what for. But, like, I mean, I have talked and interacted with a few people that I was actually like, wow, there's actually some decent people on StockTwits that know what the hell they're talking about. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, a lot of everything that I see, man, you just keep getting rejected at that damn SMA, don't you? I kind of take everything from even Yahoo Finance from time to time with a grain of salt. Good Lord. That's why I call them wizards. Magic seems real, but it's not always true. Yeah, exactly. I see what you mean now. I'm in TD Ameritrade, but I can't pull up the charts like you. So yours, when you pull it up, you're probably like right here, something like this. If it'll load, monitor or something like this, or maybe I don't know which one. I forget which one it has you start out in. Man, it better not freeze up now. Sometimes this thing can be such a piece of shit, I tell you what. It just lags so bad sometimes. There. But anyways, like, what you want to do is go to, you should just be able to go to charts, and then, it might not pull up, so what you'll want to do is look at your sidebar, and then hit chart, and then obviously from there you're gonna have to like more than likely type in whatever stock you want to trade or look at. LOL. So I'm assuming you found it out, but yeah. I mean, I know. Whenever you first get on it, it can be like super confusing. Like I looked at a whole tutorial, multiple actually, from like basic stuff, how to set up a watch list, how to name my watch list. I mean, I looked up so many different things when it came to just the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. I didn't know that you could. I thought you had to pay to get level 2 quotes, which obviously you don't. I mean, it's free. It's right there. There's a tab for it, and yeah. I mean, it's quite overwhelming at first. There's so many things to pick from. It's just nuts. But did you download an app? Did you download? Yeah. Yeah, like I have an icon or whatever you want to call it. Right here. You can see it right there. I have it. But yeah. Sure do. Ooh. I hate when I see that. But yeah, so right now, I mean, we're really just waiting, obviously. Been waiting all morning, it seems, practically. No problem, sure thing. Man, guys, I'm really getting ready to consider dumping this piece of shit. I don't know why. Why do I like being burned by the same candle multiple times is beyond me. I mean, like this one, I just don't understand the volume correlation between ETFs sometimes, because you'll see a spike in volume and it'll continue to just trend down. Like, fuck your volume. TVIX, oh my goodness, TVIX is shot up. I can look at it really quick. I look forward to get rejected at that SMA for sure. It's coming up on it now, so it looks like it already got rejected. Starting to show signs of overbought. And I mean just actively trending down. Has room on the 10-day to potentially, I wouldn't say gap up, but jump up, make up that 4%, and still be down about 2%, which I would not be surprised still if that happened, because like we were mentioning earlier this morning, TVIX lately has only been averaging like for the actual market day, like out during trading hours, only down about 2 to 3%. So would I be surprised if this happened and this jumped up? I mean, no, because RSI is showing signs of oversold. MACD isn't really showing too much on this one specifically. I mean, it's showing signs that it's trending down. But would I be surprised if we jumped up to, say, 975 by the end of the day? Absolutely not. So say you hopped in at 945, about where it's at now, rode it up to even just 973, that's 3% potential. Nothing big, but profits are profits at the end of the day. But yeah, it's jumped up a lot here the last, 10 minutes? But yeah, looking at the 1 day, it continuously keeps getting rejected by its SMA, by this SMA, so I look for the same to continue in all honesty. But at the same time, like I said, looking back at that 10 day, I wouldn't be surprised at the same time if we jump up 30 cents by the end of the day. So, I mean, we've already jumped up, what, about 20, close to 14, 15 cents in the last 15 minutes or so. So, just don't be surprised if that does happen. Don't dump. Just holding our emotions. The volume always drops around lunchtime. Yeah, man, I didn't realize we're already coming up on this shot. Yeah. It will pick back up after 2-3 p.m. Eastern time. True. The only thing is, this forward/CL keeps getting closer and closer to unch. By the time that unches, you can look for a drip to pretty much have canceled out everything from today. And when you look at yesterday the spike for drip was just after lunch. This was 1 o'clock. Good Lord, that's 2 hours from now. The lowest again was around this time yesterday, so that is a little okay, looking at that is a little reassuring, because once lunch got over, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to hold on for now just because, I mean, we haven't really touched the 140 mark hardly, other than, like, apparently for a quick second we did a little while ago, but, yeah, I mean, it's just a little annoying as well, because nothing obviously ever goes as planned, especially when it comes to me and sleep. It's like the market gods heard me say that I wanted to be done around lunch hour, so what are they doing? Making me stay through lunch hour. TVX is back down to 940. Drip keeps getting rejected by that son of a bitch in SMA. The Dow, nothing's really moved at all in the last probably hour, hardly. Everything's just kind of stood still. Other than TVX. TVX has shot up quite a bit the last 15 minutes or so. I'm so tired. Man, I'd really love it if we could get back up to like 1080 today. Man, like, at the same time, I'm really considering averaging down, but I don't want to average down and then it continue to go down. That's why, like, if I average down, I'm gonna, again, wait for it to stay above the damn SMA. We've seen it get above it, but every time it just keeps it just flirts with it. And yes, the good thing, like you said, it's doing it with no volume. I mean, look at that volume when it hopped above it. Nothing. 1900, 1800, 200. I mean, 200, come on now. 500, ridiculous. What I don't understand, well, like I was talking about this earlier, what I don't understand is why right here, when we had this huge rush of volume, it just continued to trend down, like it continued to pull back. That's something that kind of just, I don't understand. I mean, yeah, I'm still learning, so I mean, I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually, but it's just like, ugh, annoying. But again, like I keep saying, the good thing is, like, we're not getting near the low of the morning, which was like 10:30. Like, we haven't even really came close. The lowest we got was like 10:40, 10:41. We're really just hovering around 10:45, like right now, 10:44, 10:45 to 10:50. We've been hanging around there now for like literally the last hour. Man, I hope the volume picks up an hour before what you said. Wait till 1 o'clock. I was looking for my headphones last night when I went to work. They were at my desk the whole time. This is like the worst time of the day. Like, it's just a bunch of nothing. If anything, I might do what I did on, what day was that, Tuesday, where I just kind of take a good 30-minute to an hour at the most, like 30-minute break, and then come back one, so I can maybe wake myself up a little, go get some coffee made, go get my mail, just walk around a little bit, wake myself back up a little bit, and get my mind ready for a little bit of afternoon action. But yeah, I mean, we're literally not seeing shit happen right now. Oil's unched. Fucking kidding me? Finally. Canadian natural gas price turning. I don't think this is going to be good for drip. Seeing oil go up. I think we're just going to see drip continue to drop, guys. Continuing to turn above a TMA, and then obviously we just had some news be report that Torque Oil and Gas Ltd price target raised. This is a different one. What the hell? We have so much like coming in with oil right now, but there's multiple things that sound like it's going to make oil again continue to rise. So that's obviously not good for drip whatsoever. It might just be I mean, oil futures pulling back, but what do we continue to see for the last, what, 2 hours now? Going on over 2 hours now. A continuous staircase upward pattern. It might just be time to cut that. I would only be cutting, what, $3 loss? Nothing big. I mean, if I can get my head out of my ass and trade good trades, it wouldn't be much of a loss, I don't think. Let me look. Right now, currently down 4. I was up. Woo. I mean, yeah, we keep seeing these just minor pullbacks, and then it just continues to keep trending up. I mean, like it continues to flirt around with the overbought sign, but then it has just enough of a pullback to keep on continuing up. Man, I'm really torn on what to do. But yeah, so I'm assuming you guys don't really have too much going on either, like with your stocks or anything right now. Not a lot going on in the chat on your all's end either. Probably eating a little bit of lunch depending on where you are. But I think like I said, I was mentioning this a few minutes ago, I think just with how my mind is right now, obviously I'm stupid tired. I'm getting sick of, I'm not trying to make my trades based off of feelings whatsoever, like I always preach to you guys. But I think what I'm going to do is probably take a quick little like 30-minute break. Like go ahead and end the stream, kind of like we did Tuesday, where I end the stream and then I upload another one and just label it like the same label, just part 2. That way you guys know it's just a continuation of the stream. And if anything happens in between now and then, I don't know if there will, I doubt there will, but I'll still be keeping an eye on it, of course. But I'm going to like just get up, go walk around, get some coffee made maybe, just to keep me going for at least another hour, hopefully. But yeah, I think I'm just going to, yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. Just take a quick call, just a little halftime, I guess. But yeah, hopefully you guys will tune in for the second part. Second part is probably going to be a lot shorter. There's no way I can stay through the whole market day, guys. There's just no way. I mean, I have to get some sleep. I can't, like, sleep throughout the evening. I mean, me and the girlfriend have stuff to do. Like, I just have to get some sleep. So, yeah, I mean, I'm at least going to come back for probably at least another hour, I assume. And hopefully you guys will be there for that. Hopefully not too much happens while I'm gone. Like I said, I'll let you guys know if I do anything from my phone or anything. I'll pull up my history to show you guys what I did, if I happen to execute any trades or anything. But in the meantime, guys, keep on going out there. Hopefully, first and foremost, hopefully I'll see you in the next stream here in about half an hour. But until next time, guys, until next time, I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm used to saying that at the end of my videos. Until the next stream, until after halftime, keep on going out there, covering your profits, achieving some financial freedom this year, and achieving some financial freedom this year. Wow, I'm so tired. I'll just see you guys in the next stream here in about half an hour, guys. Take it easy.